What's up, traders? It's your girl Kaya Trades. Yesterday, I took a $600 loss, but I trusted my strategy. I was patient, and you guys, patience paid today. I'm up $759 today because of my patience. I want to show you guys and tell you guys the emotions I was going through. So let's go ahead and hit the chart so I can show you guys the bigger trade. All right, let's go ahead and hop on the charts. This is today already. So we're going to go to bar replay, start off from the beginning of the day. All the time I start off with the news. So we'll check Forex Factory. All right, and as we can see, there is no red folder news. There's only tentative news, which we don't know when that'll come out. So let's go back to the charts and we'll put our KT system box on the charts. Perfect, because this is what I want to see when I come to the market. I want to come to the market and see, is my setup presenting? If my setup is not presenting, I'm not going to take a trade. Simple as that. You have to make trading simple. Otherwise, you'll be taking everything because you see everything. So I follow these 4 steps and then I only touch my trade once 1-to-1 hits. Let's start on the 1 hour to get a little bit of structure. Oh, let's delete all of that for the past week. So we'll put our KT system back up there. And we'll lock it, and then we'll also put our daily note, which is something I have on my screen every day to remind me of what is causing my success in trading. And that is my patience plus my discipline to follow my rules and my rules alone. So as you can see, if we zoom out just a little, price is just on its way down. We've been working to the downside for quite a while now. You guys can see all these major structure points. There's some minor structure points, but overall, we can still see price action is moving just down, 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 down. We had a little bit of bullish action here, but then price came to this level here and just held. So then we started making lower highs, making a lower low. I'll zoom in on this in just a second. We can see that price broke structure here, was starting to break structure here at the beginning of the day. We do have a 1 hour zone right here. We have a 1 hour demand zone sitting right here beneath all the action that price may come down and react from. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a 1 hour level. Perfect. I like my 1 hours purple and my 5 minutes orange, just so it's easier on the eyes. And I consider this a zone because we do have a break of structure here. Now, am I too focused on it? No, but I don't want to ignore it as well. In the past couple of days of my trading, I've been kind of like ignoring 1 hour zones that might be in the middle of my trend. So today I decided, like yesterday as well, not to ignore an obstacle where price could react from. And then we're going to go zoom in just a little to see a little bit better market structure. We can see price came down, made a lower high, made a lower low, made a lower high from this one, made a lower low, and made another lower low. We're already entering the markets by my 1 hour demand zone, but I'm going to be patient and see if price wants to continue dropping down, or if it wants to play off of this zone and start breaking structure to the upside on the lower time frame. Okay, so those are just 2 ideas that we're possibly looking for. I am very, very, very bearish at this point. This is our new 1 hour high and price has made a 1 hour low. It broke structure here, so I'm super confident in the bearish idea. We have the break of structure. Boom. So I'm going to go ahead and write on my KT system, 1 hour is bearish. Now, when I drop down to my lower time frame before market opens, I am looking for the 5-minute time frame to be in alignment with the going down already 1 hour zone, because the trend is our friend. We want to play with the big boys, the industries who actually move the markets, because we as retail traders don't move the market. So we tag along with what they've already presented to us. I'm going to go ahead and mark out the 9:30 candle. Perfect. And I'll make that open. Market open. Perfect. So if you join my community with that link in the description, you'll go through all of this walk down, but see other extra things and tips that I give to my community to help them kind of see how I think and what I'm thinking when I come to the charts. We had quite a few supply zones here, but I wasn't really confident in this very obvious one right here because it's in the middle of a range. If we go back to our 1 hour, 5 minutes, I like my 5 minutes orange, supply. If we go back to our 1 hour, we can clearly see after this break of structure, we have now created another 1 hour supply zone. So now this is a 1 hour supply zone. All right. So not only do I have a 1 hour supply zone now, I have a 5 minute supply zone, a 1 hour supply zone, a 1 hour demand zone. And again, my bias is still bearish. So I'm just going to take this zone with a grain of salt, but I don't want to ignore it. All right, let's go back down to the 5 minutes. We can also see that a break of structure happened here. Now, this level is very interesting. I still want to put it on my charts because if it follows my rules, which it breaks structure to the downside, we have a break of structure here after a low is created. Break it, and then we have a new zone created. But if it's kind of hard for you to see that off rip, just like how I saw both of those plain and simple, it's very important that you still go back over your market structure. If you have not learned market structure, that is going to be the foundation of your consistent trading, because then you'll be able to see where price actually is going. Okay, so we have a high, a low, a lower high than this high, a lower low than this high, so price broke structure here. So we also have a few zones in this 1 hour zone. We have a high here, price broke a low again, came down, made a small high, but it's lower than this one, so it's still bearish. Broke structure again, so we can anticipate price to continue the trend until it breaks. But again, if you can't see that off rip, definitely look into just marking up your charts, marking up your structure. This zone, again, I wasn't very fond of it, but I marked it out and I was ready to take it if it gave me a break of candle to enter, because at this point, this is now a break of structure. This is now a valid zone. However, it's in an obstacle, so we want to be aware. I'm going to write my 5 minute time frame in bearish structure. Perfect. Now all I'm waiting is for a tap of the zone. We have our break of candle here at 9:05 in the morning. So yes, at 9:05, at 9, okay, right, here we go. At 9:05 in the morning, price came and broke structure, creating this supply zone. Now we have a low. Let's go ahead and see what market does when it opens. All right, we're getting super close to our zone. I didn't want that candle to tap our zone so it can give us a closer entry, because I do take break of candle entries. Let's see what happens. It never closed outside of my zone, so I was still prepared to take this if it came back and broke structure to the down, well, broke this candle's low to enter. We're also going to write the tap of the zone at 9:35. So yes, at 9:35 a.m., price gave us a tap of our zone, waiting for the break of candle to enter. Let's see if we can get that. Absolutely not. Price closed above my supply zone. This zone is no longer valid. I'm no longer looking for a trade here. My new low that I'm looking to break is right here. Perfect. And my new high is still up there. Now, you're asking yourself, okay, Kaya, there's a break of structure right here. And I see it. I'm not blind. I see it. It's right here. However, the only way I will flip my bias to a bullish bias is if price can break structure again. So if price can start here, break structure once, come back, make a higher low than this low, and break structure again and break another high, then I'll be confident with taking a trade out of this level from this 1 hour demand. I'm still bullish. I'm still a bearish bias. However, if price starts to show me, no, it wants to go higher, then at that point and that point only will I decide to change my bias. So we're going to see if we can get that second break of structure. All right, we're going to take off these because these no longer are valid. And technically our 5-minute is now bullish. So we're going to wait until it becomes bearish again. Okay, price is coming down a little bit, and you can consider this a minor break of structure. I didn't for this candle just because, again, we are playing at a 1-hour low. But let's see, I took a minor break of structure trade. We came down. Some people were probably like, oh yeah, here's a demand zone. Let's take it. Let's get in there. I was cool with staying with my bias. The higher time frame and the big sellers are in the market for bearish bias, so I'm sticking with them. And then let's see what happens. Price closed below this black candle's low again. So in my mind, this is just a rally up to kind of pull back. We got the candle to break the low, engulfing this pink candle, causing me to see that this is a minor break of structure, not a full break of structure like we got this low and we broke it, but a minor break of structure as in we were in a trade and it was trending down and price was rallying back up. But then within this movement here, price gave us an engulfing candle, just like it did right here after the pullback. Oh, let me stop this here now. So price gave us the bearish structure. Okay, rallied up, rallied down again, rallied up. And I consider this as a minor break of structure because that candle still counts as structure. It's just not as uniformed as you would see it normally looking on the bigger scale. If you drop down to the 1 minute, you can see it a little bit better. We can see that price came up, made a high, and then of course broke another low and created another lower high and another lower low, continuing the trend back to the downside. Now, had we broke this high right here for the second time, maybe the trend could have changed. But as you guys can see, price just came, got all this liquidity, and shot back down to the downside. So we're going to go back to the 5-minute. I try to stay off the 1 minute. I'm not going to lie. So now that we've had a minor break of structure, we are looking for this zone now. We've created this zone now, actually. Boom, we have a 5-minute supply here. And yes, we're still at this 1-hour zone. This could be a very risky trade, but I'm willing to bet my money that the sellers are going to step in the market. So we had our minor break of structure here at 9:55. So I'm going to type yes. I'm going to type minor first. Minor, yes. At 9:55 a.m. price broke structure. Let's see if we can follow the next step in order to even think about taking a trade, which is a tap of our zone that we've created now. Here we go. Oh, sure as heck, we got one. We got a tap of the zone. We're going to write that down in our text box. Yes. At 10 a.m., we were able to get a tap of our zone. The only thing I'm waiting for now is for price to break this candle's low to enter me into the trade, also known as a break of candle entry. As we can see, it's already set. I'm risking about 64 points on this trade, waiting for price to break its low. Let's see if we can get that. And we got it. Now, while this was playing out in real time, price went higher first. So I moved my stop loss and was prepared to start moving this trade as like if it's up here and it closes, then we'll take it after it breaks candle. But then guys, it came all the way down and broke candle. So now I'm risking about 100 points on this trade. And let's see, perfect. Let's see if price can snag our 1-to-1, because now that I have my entry, there's nothing for me to do in this trade. Absolutely nothing until either my 1-to-1 hits or my stop loss hits. This is where my TP1 is. Okay, perfect. So we got the break of candle to enter at 10:05. Let's see. At 10:05, price came and gave us a break of candle entry. Let's see how long it takes and if we get stopped out or we take TP1. All right, we experience a lot of drawdown here and it's playing kind of at our break even. Still playing at our break even. Okay, it came even closer to our stop loss now. Like I'm getting emotional. I'm thinking about it. I want to take it short, but I'm not going to because guys, patience pays. Last month I kept cutting my winners short. This month is a new me, a better and more disciplined trader. So I'm going to let my trade play out. Let's see if it can get there. We get another candle. Now we're in complete drawdown with no signs of going lower yet. We finally get a break to the upside and we break this low. Let's see if we can get the 1-to-1. Oh my gosh, y'all, market was really playing in our face. We had to wait 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes for it to come in profit. For another 5 more minutes for 30 minutes to go back into halfway of drawdown, y'all. Markets is really testing my patience. And then of course we get this beautiful fat bearish candle. I love it. It's giving me more confidence. We've closed below this low. It's almost at my 1-to-1. I just needed to tap my 1-to-1 so I can take partials off. It's getting a little closer, sneaking up on it. You guys, 1-to-1 secured. Let's go. So now my stop loss is moved to break even. We're going to make this candle, well, not this candle, this stop loss red. We've taken our profits at 1-to-1. We've taken partials off. We're leaving the runner and letting the rest go. Honestly, guys, I was getting tired of waiting. I was mentally fatigued and I just moved my stop loss to the 1-to-1. After we got this candle, I was like, I'm just going to move it to the 1-to-1. If it stops me out, I'm up on the day. If it doesn't and it smacks my TP2, I'm up on the day. So it doesn't really matter to me. Let's see what happens. Snagged me out. And then guys, TP2. It's been like 2.5 weeks since we've had a TP2 because market just hasn't been fulfilling. But today the buyers stepped in and I want to encourage you to be patient because patience pays, guys. We had to wait through all of this chop before price came down and gave us our profits. I wanted to quit early. You can ask anyone in my chat. They saw me going through the emotions. A lot of traders will tell you that, oh, you're supposed to be emotionless when you trade. That's probably impossible, but you can also control your emotions and not act on your emotions. So I encourage you next time you step to the charts, trust your strategy because it works. If it doesn't work, I mean, you just need a back test because it probably does work. But at the end of the day, trust your strategy, be patient, and let the market fulfill what it's going to fulfill so you can either learn from the loss or learn from the lesson. Either way, remain a student of the charts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was up $759 on this trade, but I also took it on my live account and we took a payout. So made back yesterday's loss and took a payout. So shout out to me. If you want to trade with me, enjoy my community, click that link in the description. I go live Monday through Friday. I do weekly live Q&A and check-in calls as well as a live backtesting session because how do we backtest? I don't know. Come find out. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.